It's like 115 right now. But I got a wet shirt and a wet helmet liner, and I'm about to get in the wind. Well, it's 115 today, and on my commute home. You know, a lot of people will say that, wow, it's just too hot, how could you ride? Well, what I did was, before I left work, I went into the bathroom, took my shirt off, and kind of soaked the upper half of my shirt in tap water in the sink. And when it's very dry like it is today, I think we're at like 5 or 6% humidity, it's actually cold. My chest, my whole torso is actually physically cold. And my head is not very cool too, because I did the same thing with my helmet liner, which I always use. It just keeps my helmet cleaner, longer. And you get about a half an hour out of it in this heat, which is more than enough for my commute home. In fact, when it's hot, if I don't do the evaporative cooling, I usually take the shorter route home. I'm taking a longer way home today, a more enjoyable ride. And being that it's not totally baking, it is enjoyable. Now, I can tell you that what's hot, I feel a lot of heat in my gloves because I'm not getting a whole lot of wind on there. And of course, my gloves got a little bit of black on them. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I think it's just ambient air temperature. So far, this is the hottest day of the year, summer of 2016. And it's kind of typical for June here in the valley. Now, at the stoplights, it always feels a lot hotter, especially if you're on blacktop versus this concrete. The blacktop is always hotter. And it's hotter if you have idling cars all around you. But that was a pretty short light, so it's fairly comfortable. You know, even though it's hot, it's still much more enjoyable to ride a motorcycle than it is to drive a car. I mean, I have a perfectly functional four-wheel vehicle with air conditioning and everything. But the motorcycle is just much more fun to ride. You know, Cycle Gear has, and a couple of the other bike shops have, it's sort of like a jacket liner that goes inside of your riding jacket. And you soak that with water, and it cools the same way as my wet t-shirt does. But I've never tried it. They say that it doesn't get your shirt wet, your inner side wet. It just cools. But, you know, in the summer especially, usually I'll only get a 1 day's wear out of a shirt before I throw it in the laundry hamper. So, putting a little bit of tap water on it before I leave work, not a big deal. And it's always hotter when I'm leaving work at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, rather than when I'm going in the morning. In the mornings, even in the hottest part of the summer, it's just not that hot yet. The afternoons is what really kills you. And I can already feel my shirt start to dry out, at least on the front. It's so easy to get dehydrated here. It's a real danger, and you definitely don't want to get dehydrated and start losing some of your judgment if you're on a motorcycle in traffic. Like a Camelback is a good idea. A lot of people complain about that because, you know, it's warm water, but your body doesn't know that it's warm. Your body will definitely tell you if it's dehydrated, though. So even warm water is better than no water. I do have a Camelback. I'm not wearing it today because I'm not on the road that long. I have a fairly short commute. If you've not been in 115 degree heat on the asphalt pavement, it's really it's really very warm. And, you know, waiting at a red light is the part that sucks the most. So whatever your environment you live in, you just have to adjust and adapt. I've actually lived in Arizona a good part of my life. I grew up here in this town and went away in the military service for a long time, and when that was finished, I came back here, and here I am a long time after that. Alright, well, I hope this is a useful video, and I wish you a safe ride in whatever temperature extremes you're riding in.